Good morning, team. Great to see you all here today. It's our midweek dose of inspiration and hearing amazing shares from all of you. I can't wait to hear. We had a great call last night with Leslie. I'm looking forward to hearing your takeaways. I've already gotten some text messages about it, and I think it was really good as far as needed and timely, the topic, because we've been enrolling so many brand partners, and we want to continue to do that. And we want to increase the duplication, excuse me, duplication part of that. So let me just pull up my notes here because, last week we talked about we're changing the incentive. You know how we were doing everybody who enrolled a new brand partner the prior week got into a drawing. We drew the names. Everybody that got drawn got $50. And it worked really well. We've been doing that since January. We broke a record last month with brand partner enrollments. We had 106. Prior month was our highest. July was our highest, and that was 68. So we had a huge jump. And it really showed like everyone coming out of convention, whether you were there in person, whether you got on the virtual, if you couldn't go in person, or you just absorbed, if you didn't do either, but you absorbed all the excitement from everybody who did experience it. And the theme of the convention was the business is our best product and enrolling brand partners, finding new brand partners, because that's the only way we're going to grow. That's the only way our business will grow and where you will get that exponential growth. You've heard me say, Doug and I have 72,000 people in our downline, in our organization. We obviously did not do that by ourselves, and they're not 100% customers. There's a lot of them that are customers, probably the biggest percentage, but it's because we found brand partners who found brand partners who found brand partners, and all of those people tapped into their networks, which is unlimited. It's when you think about it, all the people that are out there and then the people they know, the networks they have, it is absolutely unlimited. So we're changing the program, the incentive, so that it is more geared towards duplication. And it's going to run, it dovetails really nicely with enrolling because there's an enrollment component to it. So I'm going to go ahead and say it now instead of waiting until the end of the call. At the end of the call, I'm going to call out everybody. We're not doing the $50, but I want to recognize myself, Melissa, Michelle. We all want to recognize the people who did enroll brand partners. We're still going to recognize everybody. We're going to keep doing the recognitions. So, but here's the new incentive. If you enrolled a brand partner last month or this month, so they either could come in August or they could come in this month, and you help them sign up 3 ULT 90-day programs. When I say ULT, that's synonymous with the 90-day. That's what I mean. At least one of those has to be a brand partner. Okay. So you help them get 3 with at least one of those being a brand partner, and then you'll get $50 for that. So it's not even a drawing. Anybody who does it is going to get $50. You can split it with your new brand partner. You can use it as an incentive. You can take your spouse to lunch, do whatever you want with it, but it's going to keep you and the people you bring in focused on enrolling brand partners, but also duplicating that. And, we asked in the chat last week, and when we brought this one up, we got some good feedback from it. Now, does that mean you should only shoot for them getting one brand partner? Of course not. We want them to get more than one brand partner. If they're qualifying conversation, they should be a brand partner. We don't want to make a customer a brand partner who shouldn't be a brand partner. We want to make sure we have the qualifying conversation, which you'll do with the connect call with your upline. But this is just minimum 2 and 1, 3 total, minimum 1 brand partner to keep it simple. So now when you share that with your brand partner, like, hey, the goal is I want to really help you find at least 1 brand partner right off the bat, because that's how you're going to grow your business. When they get that brand partner, they're going to do, and you're going to help them do the same thing with that brand partner. And then your new brand partner can get the $50 for what they did, for their helping their brand partner duplicate that. So if there's any questions about it, either write it in the chat or raise your hand, emoji hand. Tara?
Did you say there's a time frame on that of when the enrollment begins to when this goal is met, or is it whenever that happens?
That's a really good question.
Okay.
So I would say the month they enroll plus the next month. That's tons of time. People are getting to director in 1 week. So, because I said anybody who enrolled last month that does it between last month and this month would get it. So let's just keep it that way. So anyone who enrolls this month, they have this month and next month. Does anybody remember what I said, the percentage of all the brand partners that we brought in last month, the percentage that duplicated? Meaning they have a tree. They might have just got one customer. Go ahead, Tara.
47%.
Exactly. You have a really good memory. Yeah. So we're quite at 50% almost, but we really want to increase that. So the way I do that, and you all know this, how to figure this out, you know, math. You go in the back office. If you want to check your team, you go to the upgrade date column and then you click on it twice because that's going to sort it from most recent to least recent. And then you can look at, if you want to start from August 1st, the brand, anybody who's comes in with that upgrade date of August 1st or after, that's a brand partner who enrolled from August 1st till now. So the upgrade date is the indicator that that's a brand partner who enrolled. It's just the easiest way to do it because it's brand partner and then you can see the date. And then what I do from there, I count how many there are. So like I'm looking at the entire team. So last month there was 106. And then I counted from that list there, that display, how many had tree next to their name to the right, that little link that says tree. That means they got somebody, they did something. So I counted how many had a tree divided by the total number that were enrolled. And that gives you the percentage. So it's good to know these metrics because if we don't know where we're at, we don't know where to go. We don't know how to pivot. We don't know how to adjust. So it's really important to know this number. Brand partners, kudos for bringing in way more brand partners. And even the almost 50% that duplicated, that's, you know, that's almost 50 people, new people that are experiencing the products that wouldn't have if you guys hadn't brought in these brand partners and helped them do something. So we just want to increase that number, and you'll see your business really blow up when you really put a focus on this and on this duplication. A lot of people said they wanted swag. That was another thing in the chat. Swag was a thing, but I feel like cash is king and cash is universal. So you can buy swag with it if you want. But the main overarching thing is when you sign up a brand partner, help them get in that mindset of finding brand partners. And that's how they're going to build. I know we've been in the UBT mindset, which is really important. Get 3 a week, get 3 a week, get 3 a week. But in a lot of cases, it's always 3 customers, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times customers become brand partners. But we also want to have the new brand partner having that mindset of finding business builders and people who are entrepreneurial, go-getters, networked, have a good network, not afraid to talk to people, have influence, whether on social media or off, it doesn't matter, influence in their community. So any other questions? That was a really good question, Tara. In case anyone's wondering, upgrades count too. If you upgrade a customer to a brand partner, that's going to count as someone you enrolled as a brand partner and then help them to do this. So I don't know that, well, let me say this. If you have done it, so let's say you enrolled somebody last month and maybe they've already gotten a couple people or a few people in, they haven't gotten a brand partner in yet. And then this week they get a brand partner. If you know someone that you're working with who's done it, then text your upline crown, whether it's me, Michelle, or Melissa, and then we'll go in and verify it in the back. Not that we don't believe you. We just always want to verify everything for accuracy. So you have to let us know. Okay. So please let us know when that happens. It will be impossible for us to comb through every person in the back office and look and see what they did. And you know what I mean? But you'll know, you'll have control over that. Yes, Sari.
If a brand partner already got $50 for enrolling. They won that pot that we did before. Are they going to get another 50 if their person duplicated in the last?
So the 50 for enrolling a brand partner, we're not doing that going forward. Is that what you mean? Like, are
I mean,
we?
like I have a brand partner. She won the 50 because she was on. She got the $50 previously, but then that brand partner qualifies again for what you
Oh,
said.
yeah,
So you enrolled a
of
brand partner,
course.
so she'll get another.
Yes. Yeah, it's a whole different incentive. It's a brand new incentive. So anyone who does it will get it. Doesn't matter if they won the pod, doesn't matter if they got $50 before. This is open to everyone who does this. Any thoughts, questions, comments, anything else you want to add? Michelle Boersma, do you want to add anything of your wisdom?
Oh, good morning, Sonia. Good morning, everybody. I love this because of the duplication factor. And I think that's what's really, really important here is the wash, rinse, repeat. So I think this will encourage that because, and I like that you said that, Sonia, that when we bring on brand partners, a lot of times that new brand partner, they feel like they're bringing on brand partners is a future goal. Like, you know, once I'm more experienced and once I learn more and know more and I feel a little more confident, then I'll consider that. But that is total self-sabotage from the get-go. If they want to run fast, then they need to be enrolling brand partners from day one and learning alongside those new ones and relying on their upline mentors to help with that. But their business will explode and get off the ground so much faster by bringing on BPs right away themselves, even if they're brand new and really know nothing yet. It's okay. I brought on 9 within the first, 8 weeks, 9 weeks or so. I didn't know my head from my tail, but it exploded my business and still worked beautifully. So I love it. I like this incentive.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Thanks for chiming in on that. I really appreciate it. That's such a good point. I have heard people say that, like, I'm not comfortable yet with the business part. I just want to get customers first. I've actually heard people say that. And drop a 1 in the chat if you've enrolled brand partners and they did nothing. And like, you're kind of frustrated because they haven't done anything. We've all been there. Trust me, we've all been there. It's a numbers game. We have to just keep going and keep going and keep going. Donna Griffin said something today. We were texting, and she says there could be that 1 out of 50. Like, who cares if someone says no or ghosts you or cancels an appointment or whatever? You keep going because it could be that 1 out of 50 that is the one that ends up exploding your business. You just never know who that's going to be. And that's why you might have someone who maybe doesn't go far, but they could bring someone on who does. And we work through people. That's why we want to get into their network as quickly as possible and get them in that mindset, what Michelle said, of getting brand partners right away. Because even if someone says, let's say they give you an objection, well, I don't feel comfortable. I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I don't know anything about this business. I just started. I want to hear someone, one of our leaders or someone give an answer to that, give a response to that. What would you say? Somebody raise your emoji hand. I want to hear a verbal response. Someone tells you, new brand partner, I don't know that I could do this because I can't talk about the business. I haven't even done anything yet. I don't even fully understand it yet. Go ahead, Omri.
Well, that's how I felt. And so I would say, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way in the beginning, but the great thing about this company and our team is that we have really good support and training. So you're never going to be by yourself.
I love that, Omri. Did you guys notice what? I'll look in the chat and see if you have it. The technique that she used, it's got a specific name. What? Yeah, feel, felt, found. Exactly, Kelly. That's exactly what she did. So you're validating, she's validating their feelings. Oh, I totally understand. I know how you feel. But I quickly found that there's so much support. And I want to hear some more. Go ahead, Beth. That was great, Omri.
Very similar to Omri, but I usually say this is the the most beautiful time to not know anything, because you're going to earn while you learn, and you get to listen how to do it. You literally get to train verbiage for verbiage just by setting up three-way text. And so here's the verbiage for the text that you're going to send out. And then you're going to get to learn by listening to me do it.
Perfect. That we can't emphasize that enough. For initiating with the text, three-way text, give them the copy and paste, and then the connect call. That's exactly it. That's how they learn. And a lot of people aren't used to that because they're not in a job or a situation where it is a team sport, where it's a win-win, that the person you're working with wins if you win. It's not a competition, it's a collaboration. Maggie.
Oh, I love that. Whatever you just said, that it's not a competition, it's a collaboration. I really like that. So when my business partner says, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't understand anything, I said, that's okay. I was in the same space and I learned as I went. And I have amazing team, amazing leaders, and we're here for you. And I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way.
Beautiful. And she did the feel, felt, found too. Like I know how I felt the same way at the beginning. So that's beautiful. You're validating how they're feeling and then reassuring them that we have the team and the support and the help. And Tracy.
I like how what everyone has said weaves in with the aspect of community that we have. So when someone has a regular 9 to 5 and they're new at it, and they need training, usually that training only comes from one person. And if that person is sick or down for whatever, then they're on their own. But with our community, we don't have that. That's something we don't have to worry about.
That's so true, Tracy. That's a good point. I remember when I was really young, years and years ago, starting a job, and there was some person who was designated to train me, and it felt like it was an inconvenience for her to train me. It felt like an annoyance. Like, she was kind of like that. Like, okay, so here's what you're going to do. We don't have that at all here. We're excited to help people. When we find someone who has their hand up, who wants to do this, who's motivated, who has a big why, who's coachable, we dive all in. We're excited. We want to help them. And we're not ever feeling like it's an inconvenience. It's like, this is a dream. This is what we want. So that's the difference. Most people have not experienced that, like Tracy said. Okay, someone says, how long have Sonia, Diane Milano, how long has Sonia Michelle been in business? I've been 11 and a half years. And Michelle, how long has it been for you?
So they're going to plastic these off? You're going to have to talk.
Sorry about that. I got it, Ann.
For me, it has been just over 3.5 years.
Okay. And Michelle is a 2-star crown. So if you want to know a little more about Michelle, yes, wow, exactly. She got there much quicker than 3.5 years. She got there in 14, 15 months, something like that. Michelle, had you ever done anything like this before?
Not only had I never done anything like this before, I didn't know anyone that had either. In my circle, I was completely unfamiliar with multi-level marketing or social selling. I knew nothing about it. I was a photographer for many, many years. And that was my wheelhouse, that and my volunteer work. And so when I call it my perfect storm, because I happened at a very low point in my life at the beginning of lockdown, lost all my work overnight that I had been building for over 20 years. My father's health plummeted. I became a full-time 24/7 caregiver. And we had to move to do that. My husband's business also closed down because of the lockdown. And my own health was junk. So I happened to be on social media and scrolling away, trying to soothe my sorrows. And I see this someone that I respect very much. She's a nurse. I've known her whole life, Lauren, and she had this beautiful green drink that she was making and shaking. It was just like a really quick little thing. And it's amazing how just a 15-second little video changed the course of my entire life, health and financially. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. So yeah, within 11 months, I was able to hit crown. And I'm one of those ones that came in saying, yeah, I'll do this, but I just want to pay for my pack. That's really all I'm looking for. So, and deep inside, I felt differently than that, but I was afraid to say it, to be very honest. So when people say that, it's really up to us as their upline mentor to still explain and show them what's possible, because they may be saying that, but in reality, they really could use and really do desire more.
Wow. So inspiring. And then 2-star crown, it was like 14 or 15 months, something like that. Crazy. Diane Milano is very excited. You're so cute, Diane. She's clapping and hearing your story. And yeah, so Michelle, even not having done this before, not like brought in 8 or 9 brand partners right off the bat. One of them is a red diamond, Terry Rodriguez. 2. Oh my gosh, 2 of them are Terry and Elise. Is that the other one? Okay. So you see how that happens when you cast the net out wide, not guaranteed every time you're going to get 2 red diamonds out of 8 or 9, but you sure increase your chances by bringing in a lot of people. And I oftentimes hear people say they make this mistake of, okay, I got my 3. They sign up 3 brand partners. And for some reason, they think these 3 are it. Like, I got my 3 brand partners. This is it. I need 3 legs for a diamond. And we don't know what people are going to do. Out of those 8, or I don't know if it was 8 or 9, Michelle, but how many stayed the course? Just the 2?
Just the 2, yeah. And a lot of them were fast starters. Most of them hit fast start, several to executive, at least all of them to director. And that was something that I remember you and I having a conversation that, because, you feel like you're doing something wrong when people quit. And it's part of this business. Attrition is part of this business. And so it's not a personal thing. And that's why it is a numbers game. And the farther we cast our net and the more people we talk to, as was mentioned earlier, the greater chance we're going to find someone who really has the grit and determination to see this through. So yeah, a lot of them are still customers of those ones. But as far as runners, we all think those first 3 we bring on, they're just going to be with us forever and ever. And that's just not the case. That saying is so true. Those that get you where you are not necessarily the ones that get you where you're going. And that's okay. They were still a beautiful part of my journey and my success. I love them all dearly and they love me. But I kept going with or without them.
That's the key. You have the grit and the determination. Little did Lauren know that you were going to see that green shake with her and that you would do what you did. And you said, I'm so glad I wasn't prejudged. Like, oh, she's too busy. She's a photographer. Why would she want to do this? She's an artist and all that, so you often say that, like, you're great. Go ahead, Michelle.
Exactly, because there's that difference in pre-qualifying people and prejudging them. We want to pre-qualify, but we don't want to prejudge. The fact that I was dignified with this means everything. And I always think about that with every single person that I talk with, that paying that forward, that it's a form of respect for another human being to dignify them with something that can completely change their life, health and or finance. So not prejudging people. Oh, they're too rich or they're too poor or they're too busy, or they're too tired. That's not up to us. That's not our place to make those assertions and assumptions. It's up to us to dignify everyone with this. And I see that Diane asked another question. I don't know if you want to say any more, and then I was going to answer her little question she
No.
had.
Go ahead, Michelle. It's always such a treat having you on here.
Oh,
Please talk
thank
away.
you. So Diane asked, what would you say for those who were in a successful network marketing, but then failed in other ventures, but want this so much because of the company? Well, I mean, anyone that is successful, those are really the people that we want to talk to, because success loves more success. And successful people want to have multiple income streams. They need to understand the power of leveraged income. And for those that have done other network marketing, it's key. One of my red diamonds was in another network marketing company, and she still loves their product. However, she made more doing this in 3 months than she did working very hard with that for over 2.5, 3 years. So it's important that when someone comes in and if they have network marketing experience, or they're a part of something else, they cannot come in with already an agenda. I would say, like, I already know what to do, as if the company they were a part of is somehow the same. This is a whole different ball game. And so being very open and coachable, even if you have experience in other network marketing, what Dave and Amy have here, it is absolute, it's a treasure, it's gold, and it's completely different than anything else. The way that the compensation plan, the generosity, the trainings, the camaraderie, the community, everything. So just don't, if there is someone you're talking to that has been a part of it, they need to be coachable and they need to be open and not come in with, I already know what to do, because that will completely sabotage their business and yours.
For sure. Thank you for that, Michelle. Great points. Diane, are you talking about yourself? She's so cute. Okay. So you were one time you were successful in a network marketing company. And then you went to other companies and were not successful, right? Okay. And you want this so much because of the company, because you have belief in Puri. I mean, you love it. Okay. So everything Michelle said, ditto. Okay. And this company is different than any other. It really is. We have people getting into Purium who are like hardcore health and wellness, high credentialed people who have been like, oh no, I would never do an MLM. And they see this company and what it is, which that doesn't even compute for me. I always thought network marketing was the coolest business model ever, even before I got into it. But there are some people like that. And they're getting into this company because they are blown away by the company, as you are, apparently, Diane. So Diane, who is your upline mentor? Just unmute and say it. The little red microphone, just click on it.
Becky Romero, and then it would be Nancy
Davis?
Yes, and
then
then Melissa.
Okay. So all you have to do is reach up to them, which I'm sure you have, and tell them, I really want to do this. I love this company. Just tell me what to do. Like Michelle said, forget all that other stuff that was from the other than talking to people. You got to talk to people to be successful in this, and you're going to blow it up. You're going to do so well. Your energy is amazing. You're so cute. So you're going to do fantastic with this, and just stay the course. Don't jump around to companies. Stay with, and I don't know why you left the one. Sometimes company goes out of business and you don't have a choice. You got to find another company, but stay the course. all of us who are the top leaders and top earners in the company, Imperium, this is the only thing we're doing. We're not doing any affiliate stuff. We're not doing any other kind of stuff. Any other network marketing companies, like that is not even on our radar. We wouldn't even think of that. And I have been, as I said, with the company 11 and a half years. Like I have stayed the course, and it's been worth it there's been some twists and turns, things happen, and my business is bigger and more robust than it's ever been because just staying focused on it. So you have an amazing upline mentorship team. You're going to do great. So let's see. And Maggie said she's done 5 other companies and never had success like this. Ariel is on, I think, because I know she's had a similar situation. I don't know if you're in a place where you're able to talk, Ariel. If you are, raise your emoji hand and I'll call on you. But she has talked about how she was in an oils company and another company and never had success like this. And the culture of our team, our company and our team is heavy on mentorship, heavy on support. I've talked to people that are like rock stars, like killing it, Imperium, that were in another company before and said, well, my upline was hands off because they were real successful. So they were hands off. And I'm thinking, man, people missing the boat, not seeing the person, not drawing them out, asking them what they want, and seeing their talents and their skills. And you may get somebody like that. When Melissa came on board, on her link tree, she had doTERRA and Beauty Counter. And she's like, I never made a dime with those, like when we were first talking. And I think to myself, whoever signed her up in those companies, they were blind. Like what a huge miss. I'm glad though. Worked out good for all of us. So anyway, those are some of the hot topics of the day. Any other shares? Go for it. Raise your hand. We want to hear more from all of you. Sari?
Yeah, I just put it in the chat. I've been with a couple other network marketing companies, and at their conventions, if you weren't a big wig in the company, you didn't get any commendation or recognition. You definitely didn't get to go up on stage. At Purium, everybody literally went on stage and got commendation, and most got a picture with Dave and Amy. If it wasn't personal, it was in a big group. So that, to me, that alone shows a lot about the attitude of Purium.
Recognition is so important, isn't it? We talked about that a little bit last night. Recognition is so important. And I mean, it just makes people feel good. Recognized in front of your peers. That lifts people up. A lot of times they're not getting it they're not getting those words of affirmation anywhere else. And they're getting it here. So that's a great point, Sari. Another thing I want to point out is the fact that, Melissa is always on this Zoom, and she's always on the Purium Zooms. And so is Michelle. I don't think Melissa's on today because she's traveling. They're in Europe and they're traveling from somewhere to somewhere. But Michelle is on. These are high earning, top producing leaders in our company. They're always on these Zooms. I did a post today in the Team Win Business Group, how to get more ULT customers and enroll more brand partners. And it was just like, something inspired me to write it. It's like 11 things. And the last thing is staying plugged in. And I said, you will see the crowns on these Zooms. They never have, and not just crowns, colored diamonds. Tara's here, Ann's here, Beth's here, so many others, Sari. They don't have this attitude of, I've arrived, I've made it, I don't need to be on there. I know everything that I need to know. No, they're always here. They're always plugged in, and they're leading by example. That's so important. Setting the example. If you want brand partners to do something, you cannot expect them to do it if you're not doing it. And that's why these women are so successful, because they are truly servant leaders, heart-centered servant leaders who always lead by example. I'm going to go back in the chat here. Tammy Hauk, she's another one. There's so many. I'm leaving out names. Terry Rodriguez is normally on here too, but I think her mom is ill and she's taking care of her. Okay, let's see. Jasmine says, I struggle so intensely with talking to people, severe anxiety, talking on the phone. I don't want people thinking that I'm only doing this for the money. Let me see what the responses were. Call from Kim Gordon says, the call from last night might help with conversations. We're here to help people. And then Jasmine says, my circle of people are the same as far as people they don't know reaching out. They shy away. They need this though. We focus on helping people get healthy. The money is a side benefit. And then Tammy Howe. Tammy, are you able to speak this? What you said?
Yes.
You?
I am here. I don't even remember what I said, but
What you answered to Jasmine? Practice
Oh,
calling
what I-
personal interest, get clear on your why.
yes, exactly. When I first started in the business, I was super nervous too about talking to people on the phone or talking with people on the phone. And I purposely went in and would watch whatever motivational recording there was from Purium at the time and sit and get really clear on my why and realize how, if Purium had never come into my life, that my life would be very different. Or I might not even exist because of the trajectory of how my health was going at the time. So that it burned within me that I had to tell people about this, and it was stronger than the fear or the anxiety that I had about calling people. And then I would also reach out to my uplines, and we would tag team, and I would, even if they couldn't get on a power hour with me, I would be like, okay, I'm going to call like 5 people and then give them the feedback of how the calls went. And every single time, it was never a matter of money coming into the issue. I just got into the habit of showing personal interest and having conversations, and it naturally lent itself to talking about Purium and this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Tammy. Thanks for letting me put you on the spot. And that was the great advice. When I think of talking to people about this, I am so excited because of what I know it can do for them. And when you have that shift and stop worrying about what they're going to think, it's fear of judgment. And there's a really good call that Leslie did. You can go into puriumbusiness.com, go to the recordings, the Tuesday recordings, and it's marked. It's the one about fears. And she talks about fear of judgment. Because if we let that stop us, and many people have this, Jasmine, you're not the only one. Many people have this, but if we let that stop us, you just heard what Tammy said. She might not even be here, like literally not be here. If you hear what Beth Lambert has to say about people following up with her and how grateful she is that they didn't give up on her. Melissa, every time I talk to Justin and Melissa said no to me at first. And every time I talk to them, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you for not giving up on me. We're living the dream. They're in Europe for 2 months right now. Think about what it could do for them. Stop thinking about, oh, they're going to think I'm going to make money. I mean, when you walk into and I'm not mocking you at all, Jasmine. Like I said, a lot of people feel that way. It's a legitimate fear and concern. But when you walk into the health food store to buy something, is your first thought, oh, they're just trying to make money on me. I'm going to buy these organic eggs, but they're trying to make money on me. Do you think that? No, I'm sure nobody thinks that. There's an exchange of currency here. You're doing something, you're getting compensated for it. You're getting compensated for helping people. And it's not that you're going to try to make money on them. It's what you're going to help them with. You're going to help them get healthier, feel better, and potentially make money that's going to be life-changing. Look at that brochure, that new opportunity brochure. Look at the picture of Michelle Boersma on the cover. Read the stories in there. Read those testimonials. Those stories are all about what the business has done for people. And Jasmine, get with your upline mentor. They will help you get through this and you're going to rock it. You just have this little shift in how you think because you obviously do love to help people. And that's why you're worried about them thinking that you have a different motive. And I'm sure that anybody who knows you knows that that's not your key motive. And that thing I wrote today, it says, genuinely care for people, show people that you care, because they'll be able to pick up on it if you're authentic and you really care about them. Oh, Dominique and Cynthia, piece of cake. You got it in the bag. You're working with amazing women. They're definitely going to help you, Jasmine. You got this. Want to hear an update next week from you. You're going to work on this, and I want to hear an update next week on what's happened. Okay, Tracy and then Irma, you two have been patiently waiting. Go ahead, Tracy.
Well, my message is I'm going to be very vulnerable. So about a month ago, my husband put me out. And so my new why is to be able to survive using this business on my own and take care of our son. Prior to that, for the past year, I've been very passionate about Purium and sharing it with others because of how it's affected my life and those that I was able to enroll as customers. But I think that I wasn't as a go-getter with signing up BPs because I was somewhat kind of dependent on my husband's income, but now I don't have that as a fallback. So I kind of slowed down during this past 6 weeks almost in talking to people about the business. But surprisingly enough, people were still coming to me and asking me, like, I haven't seen you post often. And so just the other day, actually yesterday, my sister, and she's on today, she signed up as a BP yesterday. And so that gave me the courage to just keep at it because self-confidence can kind of wreak havoc on your ability to move forward in your goals. But I'm confident that I'll be able to make this a success.
Well, Tracy, we all believe in you, and look at the chat. You're getting so much love in the chat from our beautiful family here. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. You're going to come out the other side much better, and a new chapter that probably right now feels terrible, but is going to unfold and be better on the other side. Congratulations on your sister. And how cool is that to have your sister as your brand partner and work together as a family? That's beautiful. And you are working with, is it Melissa? Who is here? Okay. So you have amazing support, amazing upline, and amazing mentor, and she's going to help you. And I know she has been helping you. So you've got this. Thank you for sharing that. We all love you so much. And read the chat. There's some really beautiful stuff there in the chat for you.
Thank you. And I just want to give a shout out to my sister for, her name is Jennifer Jones. She's on here.
Okay, I saw that name.
She just joined. Yeah.
Jennifer, yay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jennifer. We're so happy you're here and that you and your sister are going to be working together. That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Tracy. We love you. Sending you a virtual hug. Okay, Irma, you're next.
First of all, hugs to Tracy. I was just thinking of what everyone was saying. I'm really new to this, but something that really helped me is in the beginning, I felt the same way as some of the ones they said, oh, they're going to think I'm trying to make money off of them. I can't put myself on social media. They're going to think it's all about me. I had all these things, but I came across a quote yesterday or the other day, and it said, get over yourself so you can be yourself. And I thought, oh, wow, that's for me, because I was thinking more about myself than what this product could do for others. It's changed our life health-wise in so many ways. And so I felt the more enthusiastic and positive that I am about this, when I share it, it's going to come across to who I speak to. And that's how I've been trying. That's what I've been trying to do. And I've actually seen it happen. People get just as excited. I had someone tell me yesterday, wow, if I keep talking to you, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to sign up. And I thought that was kind of neat because I was just being myself. So I really believe that enthusiasm is contagious.
It sure is. Energy is everything. Enthusiasm is contagious. And where do people hear? Drop in the chat. Where do people hear enthusiasm the most? Which method of communication? Or there's two, actually. Are they going to hear your enthusiasm through a text? In person and on the phone? Exactly. Who was that said that? Beth Lambert. And everybody says voice and body language. Tara, your actual voice. Yes. That's for them to hear her enthusiasm. She had to be on the phone with them or in person. It wasn't on a text. So thank you for sharing that. And congratulations, Irma. Irma went Fast Art Diamond last month. So she's walking her talk. Great job. Kelly Williams.
Hello there. I just wanted to comment real quick on the point you were making about not giving up on people. So back in February of 2020, I ordered the ULT for my husband, and I consistently ordered every month. But right when I ordered that ULT for my husband, Melissa asked me, "Do you want your own gift codes?" And I thought they were coupons. Like, I had migraines. I didn't know what was going on. So I said, sure. So technically I signed up as a brand partner. I never did a thing. I didn't know what anything to do with the business was, but Melissa didn't give up. Now, fast forward November of 2022, so almost 2 years later, she just called me out of the blue and asked me how I was doing. At that point, my health was at the all-time low that it had ever been, and I needed a job. The timing was perfect. And so that's when I really started working the business. And by January, I hit executive. But I loved what you said about if she had given up on me, if I'd never heard from her again, I didn't even understand this was a business opportunity. So don't give up on people or customers you've had a long time. I wouldn't be here if she had.
That is awesome. Yeah, it's checking in on people. Mind you, if we have a brand partner and we've tried and we're dragging them and they just don't want to, they're just not doing anything and they're not coachable, we're not going to spend our time there. They know where to find us. We love them and want them to be happy. And when they're ready, they're going to let us know. But this is a different situation. And you said like you were having those migraines. You didn't even know when you signed up for codes, Kelly.
Yeah, I think the only conversation I had with her about it was, did I want my own gift codes? And that was it. Like, I never talked to her again about it. So I was not somebody who was dragged along. I just thought I had a gift code a coupon in case anybody ever wanted one.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're so happy for you and you're a diamond now. You came to Diamond Club convention. We see a lot of you. You're doing great things. So thanks, Kelly. And Michelle, thank you for putting the link to the recording of that call about overcoming fears. It's in the chat. So copy and paste, grab it. Anybody who wants to listen to it, Jasmine, that's the one definitely that you want to listen to. You're going to love it. Okay. And Christopher.
Good morning. I just wanted to talk a little bit about not deciding for other people. I love that thought that Michelle was talking about, because so sometimes we think, for instance, last month I signed up a chiropractor. I thought that was going to be huge. She loved organic food. Everything seemed to be in alignment. But then once she signed on, she got frozen with fear of telling people it was an MLM. And so now she's kind of in that frozen state. But then on the other hand, last night I signed up a new brand partner and she couldn't afford her first ULT. So we did a launch party right after Leslie's call. The launch party went well. She got customers already. And so she got her pack, signed up as a BP. We put her customers right under her. The difference being, and I didn't know this until I started asking questions, because we only met on Instagram, and she's a bar instructor, just as cute as you can be, just amazing, bubbly, warm, all of the things. Well, after I found out her why, it's because after 20 years of marriage, she now is needing to provide for herself and her 2 daughters. She had never done that before. She got married at 20 years old, and now she's just thrown into this. But her why is so strong. And once, we got into it, she's like, I need to show myself I can do this. I can do this. I can take care of my daughters. I can take care of myself. And she's a busy person. She teaches at a school 5 days a week. At night, she teaches bar. She's starting a photography business on the side. And now she's doing Purium. I mean, so her idea is to not have that 9 to 5 during the week, and hopefully Purium can do that. So when somebody's why is strong, that's the important part, not their circumstances they're living in. Real quick, another one that is about to sign on as a BP. She has cancer. She was married 30 years. Now she is alone, fighting cancer, paying her own way, living in a tiny apartment. She found out about this business opportunity and she's like, are you kidding? And she started listing off people who need it, even business people who need it. And so that's going to be my next exciting BP.
Wow, Anne, thank you so much for that. Thank you for sharing that. And Tracy, I hope that helped you too, hearing those stories as well. So thank you, Anne. And the chiropractor, she'll overcome it. That's maybe another connect call that could help her overcome that. Nicole Hossein has signed up someone who is a chiropractor. She sold her practice, but she is a chiropractor by education and what she did for many years. Dr. Kathy with a K, Y-E-O, and check her out. What she's putting on her stories is amazing. And she's one of those people that's like, oh, I've never done one of these things, but oh my gosh, this company, this is incredible. And she's getting people coming in right and left, and she got a brand partner. So, use these stories. We'll help her. If she wants to get going, we can help her break through that limiting belief. And then the other two, how exciting. And you're as cute as can be too. That's why you're drawing those cute people too. Thank you, Nicole, for putting that in the chat. Her Instagram, she's got 2 Instagrams, right? Because she got shadow banned or something. So if you go to one of her Instagrams, it'll have the other Instagram on there. She posts on both. She puts the stories on both. Okay, thank you, Anne. Tammy, you're next, and then Alma.
I was going to talk about the same thing, the fact of not giving up, being consistent, and continually sharing. My newest brand partner, her and I have known each other for like 12 years, and she's followed my entire journey on Purium with the business side of things and the health side of things the entire time. And every time I would share on social media, share someone else's story or talk about my own story, and then I would do a poll, she would respond. And there would be a back and forth. And she was going through stuff. So the timing was wrong for her. She was like, that's wonderful, but this is my focus. Thank you so much for sharing and for having a back and forth conversation. And I shared a story after convention from someone else's page and put a poll. Would you like to have a savings account, pay for your next vacation, or get out of debt? And she responded, get out of debt. And so very quickly, I reached out to her and I said, girlfriend, you can do this with this business that you have been watching me build. You can do this really quickly with this business. And she's like, and the other half of it is she would like to move back to Maui. So we started talking, and I shared the Zoom that you did with Nicole, Sonia. That's my new favorite. This is for busy people. This shows what busy people can accomplish, right? Because she works full time. She works full time Monday through Friday. And so she listened to that, and there was back and forth conversation, very natural. And then I was like, you know what? I want you to meet my friend. When can we meet all together? I want you to hear her story from her. And so we had a connect call. Michelle and I had a connect call with her. And we planned, by the end of the connect call, she had 20 people and half of them were business partner leads. And her launch, we set it for the day after she signed up with her pack and everything. So that whole week she had time to invite people to her launch. She doesn't even have her pack yet. She already has her first customer, and she has she's going to hit the UBT promo this week. And almost all 3 of the customers that she has want to do the business. They just want to have the food for a week to see how their body does on it. So the value of showing that personal interest, being authentically connected, and continuing to share on social media, and just do the thing, follow the recipe.
Exactly. Just do the thing. Tammy, that poll was genius.
Right?
Yes, that was genius. Talk about getting right to the pain point. And she's obviously coachable and motivated too.
Oh my goodness, she is so coachable. It's so exciting how coachable she is. And she has every reason in the book to say, I'm working full time. Like everything is her. She doesn't have there's no fallback plan. It's just all on her. So yeah.
So Kelly's asking, what were the 3 things in the poll again? It was travel, pay off debt, and what was the
start a savings account.
Oh, okay. And she put pay off debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was smart.
It's something that I didn't even realize, even though we had been talking back and forth, she would 5 years, she moved off island. She lives in Dallas, Texas. For 5 years, she didn't have she had only temp jobs. That's it. She couldn't find, she'd been in the hospitality industry over here. When she moved there, it was this is a whole different field. So she was trying to switch gears. Yeah.
Wow.
She has massive debt.
Well, everybody's loving this poll idea. And Michelle says, Tammy is so experienced. And what does she do? A connect call. Tammy's an incredible leader with such a duplicable example every day. Yeah, Tammy is amazing. She's a black diamond. She still brings Michelle on connect calls. Smart, because she's modeling the activity. So now this person has already seen it. Oh, that's what we do. That's the system that we do. And Diane, Nancy, and is it Irma and Nancy? I don't know if you're under Irma, but Diane Milano, they will help you with the poll. The poll is on Instagram. It's on social media, and they'll be able to help you with that. Yes. And Melissa can help you too. She's the queen of the polls. So thank you for that. We are getting really down on time. So we got 2 more shares. We have Alma and Rico.
Hi, everyone. Just to piggyback on what some of the brand partners were saying about having fear of talking to people, I'm one of them. I can talk about product because I just love helping people with their health. But when it comes to the business end, I struggle a little bit and shy away. John and I were at a restaurant the other day, and our waitress was so nice. She just had a beautiful personality right off the bat. I felt her energy was just so good. And in my mind, I was like, wow, I love her energy. She would be perfect for the business. Should I share? No, I'm not going to share. I eventually did share with her. I asked her if she was new at the restaurant because I hadn't seen her. And she says, no, I work the weekends. And I said, so what do you do the rest of the week? And she said, she's an artist and she does something with some kind of economic circle. She said, you got to love those multiple forms of income. And when she said that, that was my end. So I got her number. She's on here today. If her name is Jacqueline Longoria, if the friends could say hello to her. She's just coming in as a fly on the wall. I sent her the BizOp recording. She watched it all.
We had our first conversation over the phone. She joined the Leslie call on Tuesday and she's here today. So I just wanted to give her a quick little shout out, even as a fly on the wall. We're really happy to have you here, Jacqueline.
That is awesome. Hi, Jacqueline. Everybody wave to Jacqueline. We're so happy you're here. You got to join us. This is the best, most fun team and dream job. Can't even call it a job because it doesn't feel like a job. It's amazing ever. And you are in great hands with Alma. She is the sweetest, most compassionate person who will help you be successful with this. So we're so happy you're here. Okay, before Rico comes on, people are asking for the BizOp recording that we did Sunday night. So I'm going to just tell you where to find it. Go to my YouTube. My YouTube is at Sonia Magruder, SONIA. I'll just type it here, MAGRUDER. If you don't know, because a lot of times people don't know how to spell my last name. So I'm putting it right here. And it is the most recent video that you're going to see. It's 34 minutes and 11 seconds. That's the one. Okay. It's really good. Thank you, Robin. And you can send that out to people that are interested in the business. We shaved it down. The previous ones were awesome, but they were like 50 minutes long. So we shaved it down to 34 minutes. And you've got on there my story, Nicole's story, her husband Ian's story, Ariel's story, and Jamie Kennedy. And they all bring it. It's like the best. Their testimonials are sharp and concise and powerful. So use it, share it around. Okay, Mr. Rico, great to see you.
I just wanted to visit and say hi. But yeah, really appreciate the shares. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'll catch the replay. But yeah, it's always good being here. And wow, 82, this is amazing. Very encouraging.
You're muted, Sonia.
Thank you, Beth. Yeah, we've had up to 100 on this lately, like between 88 and 100. So yeah, it's been so much fun. It's awesome. And we're so happy to see you, Rika. We're going to see you at Diamond Club. So one last thing I want to say before we go, talking about referrals, it's really, really smart to ask for referrals, get testimonials from your customers that are on the program and having great results, have them shoot you a little text, make a little video if you can get with them or whatever, they can just write you something and leverage these testimonials and ask them for referrals because they're having great experiences. And then if they start sending you a lot of referrals, even before that, you could say, hey, you're loving this. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? I think you'd be great at it. They could become a brand partner if they're interested. And I want to clarify, we ask for referrals from our own people, our own customers, and our own brand partners. So we don't ask for referrals from other people's brand partners or other people's customers, obviously, but I'm saying this for people who are brand new here, just to make it crystal clear. So we don't ask for referrals from other people's brand partners or customers because they're building their own businesses, but our own customers, our own brand partners that we have personally signed up, our own brand partners, they're building their own business, but our own customers are who we're going to ask referrals from. So I just wanted to make sure everybody is thinking about referrals, and for the brand new people, clarify what that looks like, what that actually is. And Beth, thank you for the compliment about the visuals on can you share something real quick, like your takeaways from it from Sunday Zoom? What your thoughts are, because we all value your opinion.
Well, thank you. The slides on there, you redid them a little bit and added some extra, I just found it really compelling. The comparisons with the food and the pricing, the colors on the slides, it helps just lock in what you're saying while you're mentioning all those things. And I really, really loved them. So hopefully we can use those.
Okay. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Beth? Hopefully what?
I was just saying, hopefully we'll be able to make use of those as well.
Oh, of course. Yeah. So I can make a copy, and it's always kind of a work in progress. I'm always tweaking it and trying to make it better, but that was very intentional. That's why I'm thrilled to hear your feedback. It was very intentional, because I found that more text on a slide is the people are reading the slide while you're talking. So they're not necessarily listening. They're just reading information. So putting more slides, like a slide, like the one with the truck, that if Purium wasn't the manufacturer, they wouldn't be able to do certain things. Like when the truck pulls up with the ingredients, they inspect the truck. And if there's any mold or bugs or dirt, they reject it, they send it away. So there's one slide that just has a picture of a truck on it pulled up to the building. So stuff like that, it's kind of like eye candy for the brain, like exactly what you said. That was the objective I was hoping for. So I'm so happy that you said that, Beth. Thank you. And let's see. Okay, Kelly, thank you. Gail, Kelly just answered you. I just put my YouTube, just scroll up a little bit. It's just my name. It's at Sonia Magruder. And it's the very first one, 34 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay. It's Wednesday, product education tonight, 7:00 Eastern. Don't forget. And can I get, oh my gosh, it's 12:07. I'm sorry. Oh, shoot. I got to announce, we're not doing the $50, but we're recognizing I've got to announce the people. And I would love somebody to just write in the chat our new promotion, our new team incentive that we're doing. I want to make sure it's clear. Okay. Well, I'm grabbing the notes to call out the people who enrolled brand partners last week, because we do want to recognize them. So we have congratulations to Linda Vasquez, Gracie Colvin, Dina Cotter, Nancy Davis, Tracy Holmes, who enrolled her sister Jennifer Jones, Tanika Holmes, Amber Palacio, Sarah Weirman, Tammy Howe, who you heard from, Pepper Gonzalez, Nicole Hussein, Ariel Welch, Alexandra Glisson, Dr. Kathy Yo, and Joanne Burbine. Congratulations to all of you. Keep up the good work. We want to keep that list nice and big and keep it going. Okay. Kelly Risson says, duplicate for your new BPs. 3 lifestyles plus 1 BP and duplicate that. Okay. So let's see. Anybody else? A little more detail. Enroll. Okay, Beth Lambert. Enroll 3 new 90-day lifestyles. 1 must be a brand partner, and the brand partner enrolls 90-day lifestyle clubs. Okay, so you enrolled a brand partner last month or this month, or someone you're going to enroll this month. So I'm going to use Siri as an example. Let's say Siri enrolled a brand partner last month. That brand partner, the goal is for them to get 3 90 days in, and at least one of those to be a brand partner. And Siri's going to get $50. And then rinse, repeat. Now that new brand partner has a brand partner, and we're going to ingrain it in them. Now you want to help your brand partner get 3 90 days with at least one being a brand partner, and you're going to get $50. And the ball keeps rolling forward. They can be all 3 brand partners. That would be amazing. But they're a brand new person. So we're just saying minimum get 3 with minimum 1 of them being a brand partner. They can get 4 and 1's a brand partner. As long as there's at least 3 90 days and at least one of those is a brand partner. So I can also put it in writing in the Team Win Business group too, so that it's completely clear. Yes, Michelle, mind meld. As I was saying it, she's typing. Can you type it out and post in Facebook for all? Yes. We're on the same page. Okay, you guys, product education Zoom tonight. Don't miss it. It's going to be great. Invite your people to it. And thank you everybody for your beautiful shares. You guys are awesome. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you.